The true wealth of a person is not determined by the assets they possess, but by the depth of peace they hold in their soul. A Greek philosopher once said, "The richest man is he who is content with the least, for contentment is the wealth of nature." We spend our lives accumulating, chasing external measures of success, a better job, a bigger house, a fatter bank account. We believe that once we achieve it all, happiness will finally arrive. But if that were true, why do some people who hold everything in their hands still feel an unfillable void? Why are they constantly haunted by the fear of loss? Why does the finish line of enough always seem to recede? Today's story will lead you through a journey in reverse, from material wealth to spiritual richness, to show you that sometimes losing everything is the only way to truly find yourself. Stay until the end. I promise this story will change how you define abundance. Once upon a time, in a bustling port city, there lived a wealthy merchant named Julian. He owned mighty ships, warehouses stacked high with silk and spices, and the most magnificent mansion in the city. Julian was the embodiment of success. He worked tirelessly, calculated every coin, and constantly sought to expand his empire. The people of the city admired him. "Julian is so blessed," they'd say. "He has everything." But deep inside, Julian never felt he had enough. He lived in constant stress and fear. He feared his competitors, feared a market crash, and feared, above all else, losing everything he had painstakingly built. He wore a perpetual frown, rarely smiled genuinely, and often yelled at his employees. To Julian, the world was a brutal place, and vigilance was the only shield he possessed. One morning, devastating news arrived. A sudden, violent storm had sunk two of Julian's largest ships. His cargo, capital, and reputation vanished into the sea. Within weeks, the market shifted, debts mounted, and Julian's entire fortune crumbled like a sandcastle. He lost his home, his warehouses, and virtually everything he owned. Julian wandered the streets, his clothes tattered, looking decades older. He was consumed by deep shame and despair. He muttered, "I have lost everything. My life is over." The same people who once admired him now turned away. They said, "He is pitiable. He threw it all away." One night, Julian collapsed onto a cold stone bench in the park. Asleep, in his dream, he saw himself standing in his old warehouse, but everything was empty. Then a voice spoke, soft as the wind. "You have lost the things you feared losing, but what do you still have left?" Julian awoke as the sun rose. He felt the biting cold, but the words from the dream echoed in his mind. "What do I still have left?" He looked down at his empty hands, but suddenly things looked different. He felt the warm sunlight on his skin, heard the bright chirping of birds in the branches, and smelled the fresh scent of grass after the night's rain. These things had always been there, yet he had never noticed them. When wealthy, he was preoccupied with balance sheets. Now, with nothing left to lose, his mind was finally free. Julian began a new life. He was no longer the wealthy merchant, but a simple carpenter. He used the hands that once signed million-dollar contracts to meticulously shape each piece of wood. For the first time in years, he felt truly present in the moment. When he chiseled, he only thought about chiseling. When he planed, he focused only on the scent of the wood. One day, an old neighbor approached and asked, "I see you working hard, but you have nothing now. How do you maintain this calmness?" Julian smiled, a genuine, tranquil smile he'd never worn when rich. He replied, "When I had everything, I didn't have myself. I was a slave to fear and bottomless greed. I lost the money, but I found my freedom." He pointed to his chest. "True wealth is here. When I understood that abundance is not about having more, but about needing less, my world changed." Time passed. Julian never became rich again, but he became the most respected man in the neighborhood. People sought him out, not for loans, but for his peace of mind. They saw a man with nothing but a small house and his two hands, yet possessing a tranquil gaze. He ate simple meals, but always with gratitude. He worked hard, but always with joy. Julian had learned a profound lesson. The most valuable things in life cannot be sunk by a storm. He understood that the greatest fear is not losing what we have, but losing the ability to appreciate life as it unfolds. Emptiness does not come from the loss of assets, but from a soul that is left unfed. And that was Julian's secret. He had to experience ultimate loss to realize, when you let go of the need to possess, you possess yourself. Life will always have its storms, and loss is inevitable, but you can choose your shelter. Build your home within your soul, a place money cannot buy and a tempest cannot destroy. Abundance is not a destination you must reach, but a state you must choose to feel right now. You are enough. You have your breath, the sunlight, the capacity for love, and the present moment to live fully. Start seeking your fortune within. If you loved this story, please drop a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and comment below with what you learned. See you in the next story.